The Internet of Things is the Internet itself evolved for a third time. In the first two waves of the Internet, we were either connecting via a desktop computer or a mobile device of some kind, and that impacted about 3 billion people. The Internet of Things is an exponential growth of the inputs to the Internet. The smart devices introduced can communicate and deliver information at a scale that we've never seen before. My name is Rob Martins. I'm the futurist and director of connectivity platforms at Allegion PLC. So I'm the product of a scientist and a poet. So I have that left brain, right brain thing going on big time. I was in a successful startup. I was in the automotive industry for a period of time, but I really hit my stride working in financial services. I joined a large bank that was reinventing itself, and it was doing it through the use of applied technology. In that environment, I met a number of Big Four companies, and they attracted me out to get a more global perspective on the world and to work outside of financial services. So I chose the path that I thought I was destined to go down, which was as a CIO. In that process, I also heard from Allegion, and they had a unique value proposition for me. As a recovering CIO, they are offering me the opportunity to be a futurist, to be an applied technology leader in this really dynamic security space. So the Internet of Things really implies connectivity with a lot of different partners. So maybe you could talk to me a little bit about what you're doing with Allegion in this space.
Disruptors in a marketplace have to see what tomorrow's world will be and wholly commit to it. And then the market shifts in mass. That's what we're doing. That's what I think Allegion is doing by changing the way they approach wireless locks. It's what we're doing by changing the way that we approach constant power devices for access control.
How does the Internet of Things allow you to bring something new to your client or your customer?
To devices, so devices or hardware that traditionally weren't able to go to the internet, now can, and then applications that sit out and they can talk to them, and you don't actually have to be standing in front. There's no hard wires probably to it. It's all sort of go out to the cloud, and I can control, talk. Maybe the devices themselves can talk to each other, so I don't have to have a controller. So it's really taking products and putting them on the internet.
How do you decide which technology is a right fit for you and for Seaboard?
Kids forget their cards all the time. They never forget their cell phone. So now we have an internet device that we can use if we have some way to talk to that lock. Now we can open that door, let the student into their door. That's where Allegion came in, because they gave us a device that allows us to talk in real time to a lock on the door, so the student can swipe on their phone, get into the door.
So we've obviously been playing in the Internet of Things for quite some time. Could you talk a little bit about our latest disruptive technology?
We built into it technologies that are existing today, but still evolving. And so in this way, with the evolution of these technologies that we've already built in, as adoption continues to increase, we're already in place to use all that technology.
It's an unbelievably exciting time in the industry right now. On the consumer side, we see it accelerating at a very, very rapid pace. A lot of small little devices that are finding their way into people's homes, connecting up to the internet. On the commercial side, a little bit different thing going on. It's a little bit slower adoption rate. Obviously, that has to do with the security requirements in a commercial environment. And more importantly, I don't think the real value for the commercial opportunity has really been captured yet. And I think that's what's going to accelerate now over the next several years. As we get more of these devices on the consumer side, we're going to start finding those same devices in the commercial organization. And rather than having to deal with those things, I think as an industry we need to embrace them.
So Engaged was designed to be the ultimate introduction into the IoT. Whether a retrofit building or new construction, Engage is meant to provide the ultimate in technology, convenience, and flexibility for the owner. As leaders in the security industry, Allegion and Schlage have been part of the IoT from the beginning. With our unique industry perspective being leaders on both the commercial side of the space and the residential side, we're able to see trends, technologies, and new disruption from a different perspective than anyone else in the industry.